Hi everyone, I hope you all are doing well. Since it's Onam, I thought of creating this beautiful makeup look that I want to share with you all. So keep on watching while I explain the step-by-step process. So firstly, I'm going to prep my lips and my skin with my skincare. Then I'm gonna go ahead with a little bit of color corrector to cover my pigmentation around the mouth and my dark circles. I'm using a very small amount, just enough to even out the imperfections without making the base too heavy. Once all my pigmentation is covered, I am going in with my K Beauty foundation and I'm going to mix it with the Swiss Beauty highlighting primer to give my skin a little extra glow. I'm mixing the two together and applying a very thin layer of it all over my face. Then I'm using a foundation brush and I'm going to blend everything really well until I'm happy with the finish. Once the foundation is nicely blended, I'm taking a damp beauty blender and gently dabbing it all over my face. This technique helps remove any excess product and gives the skin a much more natural finish. Now moving on to the blush. I am using two shades, a beautiful coral shade and a muted baby pink shade here. I'm applying the baby pink shade mainly on my cheekbones while the coral shade goes slightly higher towards my temple. I'm going to blend both shades really well so there are no harsh lines. This combination gives the face beautiful, fresh, lifted look and adds that perfect pop of color for a festive makeup look. Next, I am going in with a lighter concealer to highlight my face. I'm using the Swiss Beauty concealer in the shade Sand Sable. I'm applying it underneath my eyes, along my nose bridge, and a little bit around my jawline. And of course, I'm going to blend everything really well. Once that is blended, I'm going to take a small amount of contour to add some definition and bring back a little more dimension to the face. I'm lightly contouring my cheekbones, nose, and forehead. Nothing too heavy, we just want a little bit of color. Once everything is blended, I am taking a damp beauty blender one more time and lightly going over the face to remove any excess product and make sure everything melts beautifully into the skin. Now let's move on to the brows. I'm using the Blue Heaven Eyebrow Gel in the shade gray. I'm applying a little bit just to shape and set my brows. Then I'm taking a small amount of brow powder to define them a little more. And finally, I'm brushing everything through with a spoolie to make the brows look softer and natural. Once I'm happy with the brows, I'm gonna go ahead with my Maybelline Fit Me powder to lightly set my under eyes and the rest of my face. After that, I am taking the banana powder from Inside Cosmetics and applying it underneath my eyes. And I'm just going to leave it there for a while I move on to my eye makeup. For the eye makeup, I am using a Makeup Revolution palette. I'm starting off with a lighter transition shade and applying it across my eyelids to create a soft base. Next, I'm taking this lighter brown shade and this is going to add a little more depth while also creating that beautiful muted pinkish tone on my eyes. Once done, I'm taking this cream deeper brown shade and concentrating it mainly on my outer corner of the eyelids. I'm not going to drag the color too far inwards. I'm keeping it concentrated on the outer corners. Next, I'll be using two different shimmers. This one is the darker pink shade, which I'll be focusing only on inner corners and my eyelids. Then I'll go ahead with this pinkish shade and apply it mainly on the center of my lids. Next, I'll be adding a little kajal only on the inner corners. For the lower lash line, I'm taking this darker brown shade and applying it very closer to my lash line and smudging it out. Then I'm taking this gorgeous golden shimmer and placing it right on the inner corner of my eyes. This instantly brightens the eye and gives that extra festive touch. Next, I'm creating a very thin and small winged liner, nothing too dramatic. And finally, I'm finishing off the eye look with some mascara. As I'm creating this makeup look just for this video, I haven't used a waterproof mascara, but you need to use the waterproof one. Make sure of that. Now, moving on to the lips, I am using the Mars Cosmetics lip liner in the shade Cocoa Butter to define my lips. And for the lipstick, I'm using a beautiful red shade from Maybelline only on the center of my lips and dabbing it off, finishing off with little lip gloss and highlighter. And that's it. We are done. This is the final look, and honestly, I am absolutely loving it. It has the most beautiful traditional festive feel, but at the same time, it's giving me much of a gorgeous retro vibe. I think this look is perfectly dreamy and perfect for Onam celebrations. Let me know what you guys think of this look in the comments. And if you want me to try any particular makeup look or create a detailed step-by-step tutorial, definitely let me know. I would love to know what you want to see next. And thank you so much for watching. Have a lovely day and I shall speak to you guys next time. Bye.